Ambassador Chizov, thank you for joining me. Welcome to the program.
Thank you.
Ambassador, the British are putting together a draft resolution which they're submitting to the Security Council. They are basically saying it's unacceptable for the use of chemical weapons by the Assad regime and that all necessary means have to be taken to protect Syrian civilians. Can Russia accept and approve and vote for that resolution?
Of course, any use of chemical weapons by anyone is deplorable. But before putting a draft resolution to the Security Council, I believe that those countries who support this move should provide evidence of that chemical attack and the perpetrators. I understand that there has been a lot of talk by Western leaders about undeniable evidence, but none of that has been provided to the Security Council. We believe that the first thing we should do is wait for the conclusions of the UN inspectors on the ground.
If it is provided, would you accept?
If it is provided, then the Security Council will have to decide. But so far, the only evidence that has been put to the Security Council was the one that Russian experts provided on the March episode in Aleppo, which clearly indicated the implication of opposition forces in Syria.
The Western allies, the United States, France, Britain and others say there is no doubt that any use of chemical weapons would have been by the Assad regime, that they are in control of the chemical weapons and not the rebels. They do not have access to that. I guess the question is now, after so much talk of red lines, after so many years now of this violence with 100,000 dead, do you not agree the time has come to teach the Assad regime a lesson and to make it understand that it cannot continue using these chemical weapons?
The time has come for a political solution of the Syrian crisis. And I'm afraid that the latest initiative of blaming the Assad regime for using chemical weapons without any evidence to support that would clearly undermine the efforts undertaken by both Russia and the United States to convene the so-called Geneva II International Conference.
What is Russia saying to President Assad right now? How are you trying to diffuse this situation?
Well, the first thing we've been saying that please assist the UN inspectors to conduct their mission, and that has been done, and they are still on the ground. And I think that before they deliver their report, any conclusions would be premature. And of course, we have been urging President Assad and his government, quite successfully I must admit, to agree to participate in the Geneva II conference.
What is your answer to the British Foreign Secretary William Hague, who says this is the first chemical warfare of the 21st century? It cannot be allowed to stand, because if it is, then even worse will happen in the future. Do you not agree that the use of chemical weapons today has to be stopped and has to be punished in the most definitive way?
International law stipulates that use of force is acceptable only in two cases: if there is a resolution to that effect by the UN Security Council, or on the basis of Article 51 of the UN Charter, which is individual or collective self-defense. But I don't see any ground to recall the Article 51 in the current situation in Syria.